There is a message to the Igbos, or to the Biafrans, as you may put it. There is this word I heard to pass to the Biafrans. To the Biafrans. 5 things he told me to tell them. Today.
In this dream, I was in a prayer meeting when I saw a vision of the prophetic destiny of Eastern Nigeria. I saw an Igbo man requesting for prayers for the safety of his people, an army. He said they were fighting as part of the Second World War. He also said he didn't care about the welfare of the opposing army because he felt the opposition already had the advantage. Now, we know that there has already been a Second World War, and that the First and Second World Wars affected the whole world, not just Nigeria alone. In dreams, the Lord can speak to us in types, shadows, and symbols. In this case, the First World War is the Biafran War, which we also know as the Nigerian Civil War. In a previous prophetic dream from the 19th of March 2022, the Lord had issued a warning and called us to intercede against a second civil war. We shared that prophetic word in a previous video. The Lord said to seal up the words of this vision until it was complete, and the next day, the 12th of November 2022, the Lord spoke to me about His plans and purposes for Eastern Nigeria. He said, Eastern Nigeria, the land of the Igbos, is a hub of prosperity in Nigeria. For many years, there have been contentions over the destinies of my people from the East. Many have been distracted by the desire of their fathers to leave Nigeria and make for themselves another nation. Shall the hand say to the rest of the body, I do not need you? Eastern Nigeria is my pride. Birth pangs. I have caused a rumbling and a tumult. I am waiting for my people in the Igbo land to rise up and build. This is not about the 2023 presidency. I am done with that project, and I have selected my servants to lead my people. This is not about the presidency, but about the destiny of a tribe. Let my people from the East rise up and build. Let intercession be made for the Igbos. They are to play a vital role in the execution of the new Nigeria mandate. For too long, my people have been distracted by what they thought was their right or how they have been robbed in the past years. The time has come for my people from the East to look beyond their past hurts and see what great destiny lies ahead. A destiny of prosperity. I have called them and made them the hands of the Nigerian body. I have called them and made them builders. For the time has come to rise up from the ruins and rebuild. Build for me a marketplace. I am giving you a huge responsibility over the economy of the nation. The time has come to spread and extend the influence of the grace of building economic and financial infrastructures to the rest of Nigeria and indeed the nations of the earth. Let my people arise. Let intercession be made for my people from the East, that they shall not be hindered by sedition. The time has come for my people to move beyond the level and stature of crabs in a barrel. My people shall learn selflessness. Self-sacrifice will play a major role in the fulfillment of the prophetic destiny of Eastern Nigeria. You say, have we not given enough? Has blood not been shed? What more shall be demanded from us? I ask you to lay down your past on my altar of sacrifice. Lay down your past hurts and grievances. Look beyond your past and see what glorious future lies ahead of you. For it is when you begin to look beyond the past that this glorious destiny can begin to find expression in your land and in the nations of the earth. The time has come to quit being distracted by what you think you deserve and what should be handed to you. Rise up and be the hands of Nigeria. Rise up and be the economic hub of the nations. Rise up and build Nigeria. The enemy has sought to keep you distracted and preoccupied with frivolities for far too long. I am interested in you. I have now turned my gaze to you. I delight in your people and I have chosen to make you great. Your greatness shall be in the greatness of Nigeria and not apart from it. You shall rise by lifting up Nigeria. Rise up and take up your rightful place. Rise up and use the resources I have graciously given to you.
God has indeed given me a message to Nigeria and precisely to a group of people called Biafra. If you're an Igbo person, I'm not making a mistake by using that word, true of us. How many Igbo persons are here? There are many. There is no place you cannot find an Igbo person.
We are plenty.
Plenty, Abi?
Yes,
my wife is an Igbo person, so I'm your in-law. So I love Igbo so much. Any part of the world where you don't see an Igbo man, please relocate.
Sure.
Because they are everywhere. I'm just making a joke, but that is actually the fact. So there is a message to the Igbos, or to the Biafrans, as you may put it. But 5 things he told me to tell them. Today on is today's message, Igbos are loved. Today's message is only for them. Igbos. But so many people say they are not Igbos. If whether you like it or not. So many people say Rivers is not Igbo, some states are not Igbos. But if you go back to history, we are all Igbos. Names, check our names. Check names of streets. Check. You may not say according to map that you are Igbos, but according to inclination, cultural inclination or tradition, you may come to know that all of us are almost from the same parents. Despite where you are from, Benin, River State, and all the rest. So let's leave all those segregations and separations. 5 powerful messages he says I should pass to you, Biafrans. 1, he says I should tell you this. The words of the prophets are not to be joked with. Please run with it. 1, you are not an identified state constitutionally, but an identified people globally. Stop feeling oppressed. What did I say? You are not an identified state constitutionally. Let me add it yet. But an identified people globally. Stop feeling oppressed. Because waiting to be identified constitutionally has made you look down on the potentials you have as an identified people globally. There are many nations on the face of the earth that things may not go well if you extract all the Igbo peoples there. Am I speaking to somebody now?
Yes, sir.
So stop feeling oppressed. Where is the oppression coming from? You are the one oppressing yourselves in your mind. Caleb entered that land, came back. 12 of them. 2 people said Caleb and Joshua will be able. Others says we are not able. We are like grasshoppers. Don't see yourself as grasshoppers. No. The impact you want to make as a nation when you are separated, you can still make that impact starting from now. Am I making sense to somebody now? Some people who will want to abuse us say, okay, that thing you are talking, leave that thing. We want the state of Biafra. I am talking to you as one who hears from God. Stop belittling yourself in your mentality, because you are identified globally. 2, you can't fight the Nigerian government physically, but you can fight for your destinies spiritually. Is anyone speaking what I'm saying now? Biafrans, you cannot fight that. You can't fight the Nigerian government physically, but you can fight for your destinies spiritually. Avoid inciting wars. I'm a student of history. I know my history so well. In fact, you can go to documentaries on YouTube and watch the Biafran War. If you finish watching that video, don't skip any part. The well-documented Biafran War, the well-documented, that documented everything, how it started, until their leader said this is enough, and he traveled out and handed over to his second, who handed over and said this is over. You will know that war is not to be prayed for. You will know that war, don't put war in prayer. We go fight them. You have not seen history. If you see history and you say pray for war, to an extent it affected all the neighboring states. Food, you won't see any food. The nations are sending food to you, yet it won't get to you. It won't. That is where Kwashoko started. Don't pray for war. Don't wish for war. You want to abuse the prophet on your comment section, like I told you before. Those that will be watching online now, before the comment drops, they've wiped it away, and they also block the person. Because some people pass through this channel to receive spiritual guidance. So if you don't respect spiritual things, They remove the person. So what I am telling you in essence, my dear, believe you me, this was heard from the throne room, and I am passing it to Biafrans. 3. You may not agree that you are Nigerians, but you can encounter breakthrough within the Nigerian context. Abide by rules, regulation, and authority. Hear me now. You sell books, religious books, and individual. I sell religious books. You enter this church. Anything we do in this church, you don't like it. Anything we preach, we don't like it. You may not agree that you are a member of this church, but there is a way you can behave so you can just sell your books to the members and move away with your money. True of us. I believe you understand that scenario. You may not agree that you are Nigerians, but there are some things that you do that is telling down on your own economy. Sit home, sit down at home, all those things. Is it still on? Mondays they sit down, and it is impacting on your own economy. It is affecting you directly. God loves Biafra so much. As a matter of fact, I believe that the person, the father of Igbos, must have connection with Jesus Christ. I am telling you the honest truth as a black man. God loves Biafra so much. So this is a message he says I should pass to them. Those of you here, those of you watching online. So abide by regulations and authority. Because you will not shoot yourself with your leg, with yourself. 4. Until all elders are one, the young won't smell the liberation they yearn for. We have such people. Oneness. A house divided against itself shall not what? Igbos, you need to be in unity, not to fight the Nigerian government, because constitutionally it is wrong. I am a pastor. I will never ever encourage that. Whether you want to abuse me from now till tomorrow, I will tell you that if your liberation comes, it will come by God, not by war, not by fighting. 5. Finally, he told me categorically, Nnamdi Kanu regaining victory is more spiritual than physical. And no spiritual exercise carried out can be answered in a geopolitical zone ununited. He will be set free very soon. That's what I heard. Amen. He will be set free very soon. But the geopolitical zone in question has to be united. The elders should not be saying another thing, the youth saying another thing, the children saying another thing. In all, God opened my eyes. I saw elders forming a quorum, I saw them seated together, approaching the presidency for this same matter. I also saw some youths boiling up to activate something that looks like what will generate or start another war. God says I should give you a warning. It can't stand and it can't hold. Don't do that. Don't go that path. Don't do what? Go that path. If God wants Igbo to be on its own, Yoruba to be on its own, Hausa to be on its own, it is just by one thing that God will do. If you want it by yourself, there will be bloodshed. So don't go that path. And he says we should pray for, as a church, pray for the Igbo land. Today is for them. Tomorrow it might be for your clan. Next tomorrow it might be for my clan.
So beloved, we heard what Prophet Paul has to say and Pastor Mike Miracle has to say concerning the Eastern Nigeria. This video, it's a lot, and I feel like the Igbo need to take this video serious. And please, if you're coming across my channel for the very first time, do it to subscribe, and please, it's a must for you to share this video, because a lot of people need to be aware of what God is saying, and this video will really go a long way if it should get to the right sources, the people that this message is for. I know I have a lot of Igbos that come across my channel on a daily basis. Please listen to what the man of God has to say and hear what the Lord of hosts is saying concerning the eastern part of Nigeria. First of all, the man of God talked about unity, peace among the eastern Nigerians, and those that I say that they don't belong to the Igbos, but when you listen to their names, it's the same thing. When you hear them speak, especially the Ikweres, and like when I heard for the very first, I was like, this is Igbo, but kind of it sounds like Abakaliki Igbos and Enugu Igbo or Nsukka Igbo. So like you see how there's a bit of difference in it. That is how I see it when an Ikwere person speak. Their name is still the same thing, the same chief, the same days. Delta, South, they say they are not Igbos. I'm not saying that you need to be Igbos or anything, but these are Eastern Nigerians. So please do well to make sure that there is unity, peace in this land, because these lands are blessed beyond measures. And this Eastern part of Nigerians are the people that are after God's heart. They are loved by God in a special way, in a different way that we cannot explain. Honestly, I feel like the Igbos are too blessed. There's something that Pastor Mike Miracle said, that anywhere you find yourself and you don't see an Igbo person, please run. Honestly, it baffles me that the most local place you could go in the face of this earth, you will find an Igbo person that is a Nigerian living over there. I'm not saying fighting or agitating for Biafra is a crime or is an offense. There are ways you can actually fight your way out of a situation without actually breaking a bottle or cause any harm. So please, I urge each and every one of us to please hear to words of prophecies. And because see, this word, you may take it as if it's just for granted. God is not speaking to them. They are just saying based on the things that is happening. It is not like that. That is one thing I want you to understand and take note of first of all. Because see, one thing, these men of God cannot just come out on their own and just say, boom, this is this, this is that. I know a lot of people are disappointed, and especially the Easterners. They feel like, oh, Nigeria is not treating us the way it's supposed to treat us. You want to talk about the Yorubas that are chasing us out of Lagos. If you even want to talk about Lagos, Lagos do not belong to them. It belongs to the Benins, and they were trying to pair Igbos and Benins to fight themselves. That was somewhere in August, and it was really bad and sickening that people could go extra mile just to pair people against each other or for people to fight themselves, which I don't really like. And I will say that I don't want people to start making mess of themselves just because they feel like, oh, this particular set of people don't like them. Who told you that others also like that particular set of people that say they don't like you? One thing you need to know is that you're doing something so beautiful, so amazing. That is why other people will hate on you. You see, somebody that is a nobody, somebody that is not growing, somebody that is not progressing in any way or in any capacity of their life, nobody hates on them, nobody hates on them. That is one thing you need to know. That shows that you are actually doing something right. You are actually doing something beautiful to make somebody to make you a point of hate, to say, I don't like you. When you ask them, what are the tangible reasons for you not to actually like this person, or what is the crime of the person that you don't like the person? Like, you start hearing some kind of silly excuses that me myself, I can't wrap my head around, and I'm like, wow, you should know that you are loved beyond measure and your land is blessed and it is fruitful. That is one thing you need to know. See, almost all the fruits that we get, all the spices and all that, you find them mostly in the east. That should tell you what the east is capable. And I heard that there are lots of mineral resources that are being discovered in the eastern part of Nigeria, but they have not graced our news, neither our televisions nor our news portals. But things are happening. And I'm saying that, see, a lot of things, fighting or doing gara to get something, it will lead you to destruction. Yes, we know that a lot of things have not been, a lot of Nigerian officials have not been fair to the Igbo man, but that does not mean that I'm saying that, oh, Igbos are perfect 100%. No, everybody has flaw, and those people also have flaw. But everything, you're being cast out of your nation, you're being treated like an outcast in your land, in your soil, and then you say, I shouldn't speak up. Just imagine when I know that my father is my father, then you keep on calling me a bastard at every given opportunity. Don't you think I'll have some resentment around you? Like, I'll start hating you. Then one day probably I'll stand up to you and say, oh, you shut up. You're the one that is the bastard. I'm a bastard. I'm a fool. I'm not a bastard. I'm a fool this person, that person, this is my father. Like, you understand, it gets to a point in your life when you have had enough. You see that somebody came into your family either by marriage or one way or the other, or probably being an associate to one of your family members, then they have the audacity to actually talk down on you or anything. And one thing I used to say to people is that if the people in your house do not sell you, others will not know what is happening in the house, because there are a lot of things that happen in your homes in secret that you do not need to get outside. But there are some set of category of people that have big mouth. Their own is to spew at all time, is to talk gara gara yaka yaka yaka. They'll just go out and spew. They'll just go out and open their mouth, boom, all those things. Just like the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This case, for me, it's overdue. This man's supposed to be out since, but he's been tossed like this, like this, like this. Yes, Igbo elders need to come together and they need to put leash on their young people that are trying to say that, okay, we'll take it by violence. Whether the Nigerian government like it or not, we're going to break out. If it means to cause the second civil war, we're going to cause it. See, war is not something you should pray for. I always tell people these things. Yes, we understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been locked up there and he needs to be out, honestly. If not for anything, what that man is doing is to fight for his people. And the more the Nigerian government keep on holding him over there, it feels like, yes, what he's fighting for is right, because you cannot tell me that if what he's fighting for is not right, the point he has brought out that is going to help his people, if they should actually like cut off from Nigeria, if you feel like it's not true, it's not for them, why don't you let them go? You understand? If you feel like they're not going to survive, they're not going to succeed, or they'll come back running, crying that take us back, we thought we can survive. If you feel like that, give them chance, you know. In my house, if you tell my papa say, you don't turn prodigal doctor or son, they go let you. When you row finish, you go come back out, your eye go open. By that time, you say, okay, my head don't calm down now. You understand? So there are a lot of things that I feel like you don't need to force it. If you feel like this thing is not going to work for that person, and you shouldn't send somebody off and say that I pray as you're going it doesn't work for you, I pray as you're going nothing succeed for you, or more. Hey, I think you know what is going to happen if you let these people go. But I feel like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is overdue. They need to set this man free, and I believe that he's going to get the justice that he deserves, and he's going to be free out there. But Igbo should trade with cautions. That is one thing I can say. But who am I to advise the almighty Igbos and all those things? They will tell you, this one, that one, that one, that one. Who are you? Do you know what we have been fighting even way before your fathers were born? This one, we have been fighting this thing. So allow us to do it our own way. If you know the countries that are going through war right now, you pity for them, you cry for them, you weep for them. So war is not something we should pray that it should happen to us, or we should embrace, or we should be like raising shoulder about. Please stop it. That is one thing that I just want all of us to understand and know, that see, God work in a mysterious way, and there are things that God will do. You yourself, you will be shocked. You'll be like, how come? How did he do it? So please, let's trade with caution, okay? That is just the video that I just say, let me come in here and share with you guys. And also, before I go, if you're coming across my channel for the very first time, please do it to subscribe, comment, like, share, and also don't forget to turn on the post notification to get notified, so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified. And please do it to share this video on all social media platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, Instagram, on X, any platform that you know that it could get to as much people as it could get to. Please help me to share them, because people need to be aware of what God is saying concerning the eastern part of Nigeria. And this video, it's very, very educational, so please do it to share. God bless you.